Okay folks, Delta Mike down and out in Torrevieja, and it's turned out into what looks like a nice day. Let's have a quick look around at the weather. We start with the weather. Lots of clear sky. We had a lot of cloud earlier, a little bit of rain, but nothing to write home about. We turn around to the east and off to the southeast and south. It's been a nice day, but the week of hell, I'm not sure it's quite over. Tina girl, let's have some quiet. So Sunday, if you saw the live stream, the TrampCast on Sunday night, we had lots and lots of wind and a threat of rain later. Join me on Sundays for TrampCast. It's the weekly look at the successes, the failures, the happenings in my life as a tramp, a homeless guy, a hobo, living in Torrevieja in Spain. Love to see you there, folks. Okay, Delta Mike, out. Yesterday, Monday, wasn't too bad. Monday was calm on the whole, but with sporadic outbursts of strong winds that stopped me getting on with any kind of repairs or thinking about taking the tent apart and reconstructing it. But this afternoon, it's very windy still, or quite windy, certainly in phases. But what we also had is an update on the weather forecasts, and out of nowhere, thunder and lightning tonight. I'll cut in some weather forecast footage now. Okay folks, as promised, I'm going to show you a couple of the weather forecast apps. Now, this has changed slightly since I last looked, but let's take a look at, in particular, the 6 o'clock while 7 o'clock slot, 1800 hours there. 65% chance of, I don't know if that's of rain or of the thunder and lightning that it's showing, but you can see the 3 hours there with the lightning symbols. Various different percentages, but 65, 71, 50. But let's scroll down to the precipitation. Have I just done all that work for nothing? 0.02 of a millimetre. I mean, that's not even a thing. You need a microscope to measure that small amount of water. What the fuck? Okay, let me switch to the other weather forecast, which I haven't looked at yet. Let's see what they make of it all. Okay folks, here we are, Torrevieja's weather. Currently 18 degrees, not bad. And well, that's a very different picture, isn't it? Spot the thunder and lightning. Anywhere between 1800 and 2200 hours, or 6 o'clock and 9 or 10 o'clock. 20% chance of rain. Let's have a look at what kind of amounts of rain. Again, nothing. But no mention of thunder and lightning. But let's check the wind. Okay. We're currently going through this with the 27s and 29s and 32s kilometers an hour. Those are the average speeds. We've got another app that shows the gusts going up to 55 kilometers an hour this evening. And you're back. Okay. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to try and shore up a few things on the tent. So at this side, the side where I get in and out, I've tightened up the tarp a bit, and some of these ties, some of the cabling, some of the ropes. They're mainly because the tarp does move quite a bit. They're mainly to prevent it blowing off entirely or blowing away. They're not at this side. They're not like totally taut. There is some wiggle room there because things will move in the night when these pegs come off at times. But if we move around to the other side, I've done a little bit more work around here because, and I didn't take any footage of this beforehand, which is maybe a little bit silly, folks. But around here, we had a huge gap in the side of the tent. From around here, this entire wall of the tent is gone. And for the last 2 or 3 nights, we've been totally exposed to the outside. Could look in through the side of the tent and all that was there was the black mesh of the internal bedroom, which is in no way waterproof. When I put lights on at night, you would be able to see in and see me. So what I've done is I've brought this Toldos material, this awning material, around from on the floor around there doing nothing where it's fallen off. I brought that around and tried to secure this on. Also, this was flapping around and loose, and so I put a stone in here, curled the fabric over, put a stone in, and tied a slip knot around the stone. So it's called a button, and I've added new ropes, two buttons. You can see the stone, yeah, and just a slip knot around and down. Now these pegs this side tend not to hold very well, so I'll have to monitor. But the ground's a little bit softer here. But I pulled the tarp fairly taut as I dare, given the state of the tarp. It is. The eyelet here was about to break off, which is why I went with the button, with the stone. But I also then secured this fabric to the awning fabric, secured to that same bite. It was an afterthought, so it's a second lot of rope around, which may or may not hold. Okay, so that's all fun and games. I'm glad I've patched my tarp a bit and secured the bedroom in particular. Let's take a look at that from the inside. Okay folks, here I am slouched in my bedroom. I am slumped right down. The tent's a lot more of an angle than it used to be. I don't get much headroom at this end of the bed anymore. But out of here, let me show you. Out of here, where you see the stripy material, this was all just wide open to the outside. This was visible, and only the thin black mesh of the bedroom. So we were visible at night if I put my fairy lights on or my lantern. We would have been visible to drivers going past. Yeah, I think I'm glad I've done it. I don't know how well it will hold. Some of the bits are fastened quite well with those buttons and the new ropes. It's not ideal rope. It is a shiny plastic rope. But hey ho, let's see how we go. But you can see that there's still big holes and big gaps. So I wanted the tarp as much as possible to come out, so that as water drops, it's dropping hopefully as close to the floor as possible and not dropping in through these various gaps. I did have to move the entire tarp this side at 4 or 5 inches this way. What's 4 or 5 inches? 12 centimeters, let's say. Because the tarp didn't even reach here. We had, let me step over some of the branches and things that we've got happening here. This tarp ended, I don't know, somewhere here. So maybe more than 4 or 5 inches there. I guess it wasn't even pulled tight this end, it was blowing loose a little bit. Again, another button here, this is from the other day, but I had to retie it and re-secure it to a different end point. Up top it is blowing a little looser than I'm happy with, but I haven't got enough of these clamps to secure it. So there is an issue where if water runs off there, it can go under this tarp. The idea is supposed to be it runs to here and comes over and down, but there's a problem here with a guy line from the tent, and I have to work around things a little bit, and you can see there's a bit of a gap where water could actually slip in right at the top. My week of hell has stretched now to what? I've lost count. It started on the Saturday. It was due to start on the previous Friday. So Friday to Thursday is kind of a week. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, now Tuesday. It's almost a fortnight of hell. The wind is already building ahead of whatever's coming. Hopefully I'm a little bit more secure than I was. I've still got a few, look here. This is supposed to be a little bit more over here and pinched, but I guess I've pulled things a little bit that way, so maybe not. Maybe this corner just remains torn and exposed a little bit, unless I can bring that over a little bit more somehow. I don't know. It's difficult in this wind. But Hey, I've done what I can for now. We'll just have to see how the weather pans out and see what's what. Okay folks, Tina's inside, so there is no from Tina, but from me, Delta Mike, out.